Hello, boys and girls. We're under the reading folder, week 1, Seeds of Change. And if you could please go to page 278. Okay, so notice and note tough questions, genre study. A biography is the story of a real person's life written by someone other than that person. Authors of biographies present events in sequential or chronological order. Authors of biographies may use literary language and devices to present major events in a person's life. Biographies include third-person pronouns such as he, she, him, her, his, hers, they, them, and their. Okay, let's go back, boys and girls. So the story that we're going to read this week is a biography. That's the genre. It's a story of a real person's life. So based on the illustration of the cover page, I am assuming that this person really existed. It's a real person because they're telling us it's a biography. The difference between a biography, boys and girls, and an autobiography, in an autobiography, that person that we're discussing wrote their story, their life story. But in this biography, someone else other than this person wrote this story. Okay, so let's go see some examples of biographies. You can see here there's different covers, different people that biographies have been written about them. Albert Einstein, Charles Dickens, Mozart. There's many individuals, Barack Obama, many individuals on this page, Walt Disney, that their stories, their life stories have been written by someone else. And based on what we read here, those stories are told in sequential or chronological order from the time they were born till if they're no longer living, from the time that they passed, and any major events in between of their life. It is also told as a third person, because remember, boys and girls, they're not the ones telling their story, their life story. Because boys and girls, if this is third person point of view, because it's a biography, someone else is writing this person's story. What do you think, boys and girls, an autobiography? What do you think would be the point of view of an autobiography, if this person is the one writing their own story? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. Okay, if you said that the pronouns that we would see here for an autobiography would be the I, because if I'm writing my own story, my autobiography, then I'm the one telling my story, then of course I would be using a lot of I and me. Okay, all right, let's move on, boys and girls. Set a purpose. Think about the title and genre of this text. What do you think the subject of the biography is known for? So in other words, boys and girls, based on this cover page, what do you think the story is going to be about? What is it that you think is going to be the main idea? What are some things you would like to learn about this person? Again, based on the cover page, based on the title, what do you want to know about this person? Write your ideas below. Okay, so remember, boys and girls, you would open this document using DocHub and choosing the add a text. You would write your sentence here. Remember to submit it to your Google Drive. But let's move on to the critical vocabulary. Ancestors. Ancestors. Your ancestors are the people in your family who lived long ago. My grandfather told me that my ancestors came from several countries on the continent of Europe over 100 years ago. Ancestors. People in your family, but who lived long ago. Swirled. If something swirled, it moves quickly around in circles. My mother swirled the cream into her coffee. So swirl when it goes around in circles. Currents. Currents are flowing movements of water in a lake, river, or ocean. The strong water currents quickly move the kayak down the river. So based on this vocabulary word, boys and girls, I am thinking that the story has to do something with water, a lake, a river, maybe an ocean. Sneered. If you sneered, you showed disapproval and lack of respect by the look on your face. If someone sneered at you, it might hurt your feelings. So sneered is when someone is not looking at you very nicely. They're actually disrespecting you. So what does that give you a clue about something important that might happen in the story, boys and girls? Okay, let's move on. Outspoken. If you are outspoken, you say what you think, even when others do not agree. Grace is outspoken and is not afraid to give her opinion. Outspoken. This, boys and girls, is not a negative thing to be. It's actually very positive. You say what you think. Speak up. Outspoken. So maybe our main character is this type of person who does not stay quiet and speaks up for themselves. Canopy. A canopy is a roof-like covering like the top branches of trees in a forest. A canopy of trees shades the dirt road. Canopy. Okay, so maybe trees, a forest. Envision. If you envision something, you picture it in your mind. Charlotte likes to envision herself becoming an astronaut in the future. Envision. Okay, so envision is you kind of imagine it and you picture it. I like that. Envision. Okay, meet the author and illustrator, Jen Colchern Johnson and Sonia Lynn Sadler. Jen Cullerton Johnson is a writer, a teacher, and a supporter of the environment. She promotes the idea of green literacy, or having children and adults read books about the environment. She shares her skills as an author with students of all ages through writing workshops. Sonia Lynn Sadler was born in Kansas. In addition to illustrating children's books, she also had a line of greeting cards. Sonia compared her art to storytelling, saying, "Sometimes a painting is like a little story within itself." Oh, unfortunately, she died in 2013 from lung cancer. Okay, boys and girls, that is a little preview of what our story is going to be about. Thank you, boys and girls.